Yeah, I saw the puck ban, and my very first thought was it would be Queen of Pain, just because obviously that's a huge counter pick onto the
10
quap. But
seconds
I
remaining.
wasn't sure if they were going to go for it, just because of Virtus.pro's lineup. They have a lot of catch,
5
but
seconds remaining.
they opt for it anyway. Not against it. I think it's a good hero. She's a good lane dominator as well.
Yeah, but VP, you know, they have a full minute and a half to think about, you know, how they're going to deal with this Queen of Pain and how to round out their lineup. And, you know, you can pick heroes who are survivable, who can deal with the Queen of Pain. But no one, but you know, it's exactly as you said. No one really beats the Queen of Pain in lane. You know, especially once she gets a few points in those daggers.
There is, I mean, you could potentially run TA. I think this could be a pretty good TA game. She's in the pool. She, yes, obviously struggles a little bit in lane to the Queen of Pain because of dagger, but good TA players with side blades can actually harass out Queen of Pain quite a bit, and it's good against Juggernaut as well.
Yeah, and that is one of the main heroes we've been seeing a lot this patch.
There
and there you go. You didn't mention the Queen of Pain, but you most certainly do get credit for no one's TA.
I mind on that one. I was like, I gotta prove a 200 IQ moment at least once.
Yeah, that was that was a really good pick. And yeah, I have to say, I really like how that rounds out VP's lineup, because, you know, you're going to have that aura from the Wraith King. That's going to make Roche so easy to take, especially once you get the Desolator. And towers are just going to melt for the side of VP.
Yeah, I really like VP's draft. I think it's a much easier to execute draft than Alliance. They don't necessarily have the best synergy for this Grimstroke on the side of Alliance, but this Rubik, I think, is going to be a key factor here, right? If he gets some big spells in these fights, he can turn it pretty easily.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think if Alliance are gonna win this game, I think they have to come out on top of at least 2 lanes, and then I think maybe they might be able to snowball that, or at least pressure the way into steadily accruing a gold lead that will be enough for them. But I'm very worried about the no-on Templar Assassin. I think she could be a real issue.
All right, this is good. Both teams have beautiful sets. A little sad by Insania not having the new Grimstroke set, but it's okay.
You're gonna forgive him for this one transgression.
Yeah, just once, you know. Ramses, though, that Wraith King's beautiful. That was it just reminds me of the Lich King, right, from Warcraft 3, and then he's got the 2 immortals.
Whoa, sorry, I don't know what game you're talking about. There's all I know is Wraith King. There's no Skeleton King. There's
I don't know what those are. There's no Butcher, right? That's not a thing either.
No, exactly. It's just a punch.
Awkward.
Oh yeah. So as we're getting into this lane, not just this lane, this game, what do you think Alliance need to do to be able to win it? What do they have to do? Because you say you think VP's draft is easier to execute, but there still must be hope for Alliance.
Oh, absolutely. Alliance is not out on this draft at all. I think if Jug's lane goes really well, which it should, right? I think it's going to be a pretty good lane for Juggernaut. He's going to be against the Sand King, which, yes, Sand King is a strong lane opponent, but Juggernaut's probably one of, I think, the top 3 best heroes to deal with him in lane. So I believe in Alliance. I think they have definitely a good game in front of them.
Yeah, talking about that, VP, it looks like they're smoked up and they're seriously thinking about First Blood, because you know, you have some good stuns with Boris Strike, with Ramses Wraithfire Blast, so if they run into anyone, they might be able to get this.
Alliance sniffing this out. They reveal him immediately. That was a good ward placed by Insania. Wraith King pops on the high ground, so they just gotta leave. So the question is, how are they gonna run their lanes here? Because they might rotate the Sand King top and leave Ramses bottom against the Jug. And I think that's what they're debating on doing.
30 seconds.
Yeah, that as you say, that might be a better lane for it, but they are taking their time. They have both heroes here, so no one is committed to the lanes for the side of Virtus.pro.
Oh. I didn't even see that Observer Ward get placed there on the rune by a Dire. Like, VP must have snuck that rune in somehow, or that ward. It's a really good ward.
I think they did it, you know, after their smoke broke and they knew they weren't getting any sort of kill.
The battle begins.
Also allows them to see their matchups, which is really good, because Alliance hasn't really seen anything other than the Wraith King, so they didn't really know where the heroes were going to be. Virtus.pro now can confirm where they want to put their heroes, so I guess they are going to put the Sand King bottom against Juggernaut. Enigma denying the range creep. He'll probably go out, deny the next one as well, which is pretty much the standard. Makes the offlaner's game just that much easier.
Yeah, one thing Alliance did successfully get is 3 bounty runes, so you know that little net worth advantage earlier on. And are they looking to get an early kill here? They're hiding in the trees.
Pasha should be fine. Oh, he went Sandstorm one, actually. He's going to take a ton of damage.
He might just die. That's slow with the Stroke of Fate. Oh, the Sandstorm to disjoint the last hit. Nice play there by Pasha. But they force him to use his salve very early in this bottom lane.
No one in Koikva in the mid lane are just duking it out. And this is pretty much what you expect from the Queen of Pain versus TA matchup. TA just like hits the creeps as fast as she can before she gets harassed out of lane and then just ferries herself regen. Because you do lose the lane as far as harassment goes. But as long as you can kill the creeps, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, and obviously the great thing about the Templar Assassin is her flash farm potential. So as long as she gets a few levels, she will be able to recover in the jungle, even if this is a bit of a rough early lane.
Mm-hmm.
Insania now has 2 sentry wards, so Pasha won't be able to hide in that Sandstorm indefinitely. Does have a sentry of his own, so we will start seeing those sentry battles here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, that's pretty much like a necessary sacrifice, I guess, if you're playing a Sand King, right? If you come to your lane without a sentry and you do try to go to the Sandstorm build, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. So nice play by VP to give him a sentry to try and combat that.
Yeah, so he's using the Sandstorm to farm up here. They do have a sentry. So, and they... but Pasha, he's just sitting in his Sandstorm. I don't think they're revealing that they know him until they're ready to make a go on him.
Let's talk about top lane. So we got Ramses on the Wraith King versus Boxy. Actually, speaking of it, they get taking a little bit of harass damage.
Ramsey is taking a lot of damage there. Only 1 point in retaliate, so it's not really that much damage. And obviously, with the help of the Shadow Word, he is able to regen a fair amount. But mid lane, actually, no one getting very, very low, out of mana, and still being affected by that Shadow Strike. So, you know, we are looking at the CS, and he is doing okay, but I assume most of his money has had to be spent on regen so far.
Yeah, it's pretty much what you have to do, right? You just keep popping Refraction, hitting the creeps, killing them, and then the Courier comes out with another salve and another mango, and you just kind of rinse repeat over and over again to get the levels, because that's really all you can do in this lane as a TA is just secure levels, and then like you said, she flash farms very quickly going into the mid game.
Yeah, so at the lanes, we're still waiting for our first blood. Pasha, he has not got very much out of this bottom lane, and I guess that is really what you expect when you're a solo laner. But, you know, for every CS Pasha hasn't got, you just look at how Roger's doing here in the jungle, and he's having an absolutely free time.
Top lane? Are they actually going to find a killer? Still getting really low.
Yeah, Solo, he pops his stick. That might be enough to save him. And Boxy, with the help of that retaliate, is able to get the kill. Tiger, with that stun, is he going to go down as well? The Fate Bolt, they need one more right click from Ramses. And no, actually, he is probably going to survive there.
Damage reduction. So in the mid lane, Quickfoot does find the kill onto no one. So that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's 2 kills were going on and we caught first blood. So I don't think we can be punished for that much. But, you know, the amount no one has spent on regen, Quickfoot, that kill, you know, it's just given him this level advantage. And now this lane just gets even easier for the Queen of Pain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
One thing I do really like is
regen rune.
Oh.
Of all things to find, Quakemo is very happy about that. He can now put a lot of pressure onto no one.
Yeah, I was actually just going to point out, I really like where Roger is farming, by the way. I love this aggressive take over the enemy jungle. You know, why farm your own camps when you can reduce the farm on the enemy side of the map? Because, you know, no one's able to kill him just yet, so he's having a free time doing this.
Mm-hmm. This is... honestly, I haven't really seen many Enigma players do this, so I'm liking it, though. Like you said, it's a very aggressive play, but there's a lot more farm to be had over here, and it also puts him a little closer to the bot lane.
Yeah, Boxy was just having a good time with Wraith King under the tower, but it looks like the Warlock might be the one to pay the price. The Double Edge, the Fate Bolt, they have the Retaliate, but not that many stacks. The stun, it might save the life of Solo, and his regen of the last Shadow Word is going to be enough. But getting very low as we miss a kill over on the Sand King. Or at least I missed a kill. I don't know if you caught it.
I kind of caught the tail end of it, but it's pretty much what you would expect. Send King just playing under his tower, but
is under attack.
gets caught out from Jug and Grimstroke. Not much you can do about it. Actually, Insania just walked right into Roger.
Yeah, is taking a lot of damage for those Eidolons, but Quakefa rotates round to the shrine, and I think this is going to be an easy... He even commits the Sonic Wave for that. He does farm up the Eidolons as well, so maybe a bit of a farming ultimate there.
That's super worth it. I love that. I mean, he's not going to use that to kill TA most likely, because she's going to be clearing mid wave and pushing.
Oh, in the top lane, they just overextend a little bit too much, and Solo, he's going to go down as well. I actually saw that kill in the Wraith King. He just wasn't expecting the burst damage of the Hoost Stomp, as well as the double edge and all those retaliate stacks. He was just standing next to the Centaur, not respecting the damage that could come out at all.
Yeah, these lanes are insane. These guys are just duking it out constantly, and I think overall this definitely favors Alliance, right? Looking at net worth, they're 3,000 ahead right now. A lot of this is going to be on the Juggernaut, right? A hero that we said his lane's going to be pretty safe for the most part. And Koigfa as well. His lane going really well.
Yeah, they've actually left Mickey to his own devices, but he now has dust on himself. So, you know, if Pasha isn't careful with his positioning, there definitely is the ability for Mickey to take him down.
Well, Pasha gets dusted up bottom. They're trying to get this kill.
They have the... He can bar a strike to the high ground, and he's going to feel the need to do it. But now they rotate him with the Rubik. They're going to have the stun from Insania. The Fate Bolt a little bit. They commit the lift. Are they going to give this kill to Mickey? Yes, they do. So kills all around the map. Already a 3k advantage for the side of Alliance, as well as 7 kills. I mean, we said Alliance wants to snowball out of the lanes, and it looks like that's definitely what they're going to be able to do this game.
I mean, this is pretty much...
Radiant
kind of what happens when you pick an Enigma, right? You do sacrifice a lane typically, but this is a lot. Bottom lane again.
Another kill, no one. The slow of the trap, but they latch with the last point. The last tick of that ink spell was just in range of the Templar Assassin, and that's another kill onto no one. Alliance.
It's going to quick, but too.
Yeah, just these kills, the rotation from Insania and Tiger, they're really starting to pay off. And because Boxy had such a good start in this top lane, you know, he's more than happy to play against both of them because the Warlock, you know, he doesn't offer the Wraith King any more kill potential. So Boxy is just fine all by himself, and it just means Insania and Tiger, wherever they go, there just seems to be kills that follow.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about Centaur versus Wraith King, right? He's not very worried about dying to a Wraith King, like, ever, pretty much. So Wraith King, all he wants to do is just farm. So he's going for the first item Midas. He's going to use skeletons to jungle, essentially. We see it right there. But that's pretty much the best you can do on a Wraith King in this lane, is just try and out-farm the enemy safe lane. But it's going to be kind of hard considering Juggernaut's game has gone so well so far.
Yeah, and you can tell how pressured he feels, you know. He's holding on to the level 6 point because he honestly feels that he might die and have to use that reincarnation, because most Wraith Kings I see, they're confident enough not to take that ultimate at level 6, but Ramsey's just sitting on to that point.
It's very difficult not to hold that point this game, right? There's so much burst damage on the side of Alliance. They have a lot of control as well. So say Quickfoot rotates up, they can easily kill the Wraith King. So he definitely needs to hold that point. No one in the mid lane getting super low.
Yeah, that was literally just one Shadow Strike and a Screen of Pain. You know, you just cut through those refraction charges and Quakefa. The Sonic Wave. Oh, the refraction just in time.
Top lane, another engagement. They're going in deep on Centaur, but it might be a little too far.
But the first use of the Black Hole over here onto Boxy, they have the Idol. Roger, he's getting very low, but he is able to get that kill, so 2 quick kills. And Pasha, is he going to be able to chase Tiger? It doesn't look like it. And all the meanwhile, Quakefa, on the back lines, it looks like he was able to clean up that Enigma.
Yeah, he just went for a blink, Scream of Pain, takes him out, no problem. The top engagement was really interesting because Enigma got his Black Hole just in time to cast it there. So it was very close for Virtuous Pro. Ends up working out. Take down Centaur, the second highest net worth on the map.
I just can't believe how risky Quakefa was with that Sonic Wave there in this mid lane, just trying to get that cheeky kill onto no one. But it's unfortunately didn't pay off, and VP, you know, they might have got 2 kills, but they're still slipping further behind in this CS.
You die, yet your failure lives on.
Taking a look, Mickey just chasing Pasha around the map, not letting him farm up. He definitely just wants to secure this bottom bounty rune. He knows Black Hole's on cooldown.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to respect both of them. Pasha, the stun, the spin doesn't end just in time, and Quakefa, What items is he going for? He's actually building a first item Orchid. Do you think this is an Orchid game?
It's very good against heroes like TA because you can prevent her from getting the refraction or meld off, but obviously against Enigma, a hero who doesn't want to have to get an early BKB, there's not a lot of lockdown for him if he goes on a hero with an Orchid, right? It's either the Wraith King or the Sand King. So I really do like this aggression. I'm about it. It's a good item pickup this game for sure.
Yeah, and I'm actually, you know, I switched over to net worth, and you can just see how far ahead this Juggernaut of Mickey is. He already has his drums, and, you know, he's not that far away from his Maelstrom. No one. They latch just for the end of it, but they don't have detection for the meld. Mickey, he's out of his dusts.
All right, that's an oversight for sure. I feel like you have to have some sort of detection there, but no one also kind of baiting them out a little bit. Enigma's not too far away. Warlock now behind him. Only level 5 on the Warlock, though, so no Golem. Fatal Bond's level 3.
Yep. Ramses is on his way to recovery now with the Hand of Midas. So, you know, if you let this game procrastinate for a bit too long from Alliance, he will be able to find his way back into this. But now lifted up, the stun. He does have a point save, so he will be able to pop it into his reincarnation. But he just assumes he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows at that point, if he does put the point in reincarnation, he's just going to put it on cooldown for 200 seconds because he will die a second time. Bottom lane, Centaur actually in trouble. Then Black Hole, nope, not for 30.
The Stampede, he is affected by the Malefice, but that is going to be enough to save his life. The stun, one more second with it, Pasha. He does connect, and this might be enough to be able to take down Boxy. Goes for the stun. Quakefoot is sitting here, holding onto the Sonic Wave, and just showing his presence is going to save the life of his Centaur.
That's a great rotation here from Quakefoot, just making sure his Centaur doesn't die, and all the meanwhile, Mickey going to be able to pressure that tier 2 in the top lane, putting just that much more damage on him.
Yeah, no one.
Aggressive blink here in the Bot
Yeah,
River, but
they
no,
do have detection for no one with the help of that sentry, the Sonic Wave. Quakefoot, he gets so low, but he is able to get that kill.
Inkswell is pretty good against TA. I just saw. That's kind of like one of those things I don't really think about that often. But Sand King now.
Yeah, they do have dust, but again, they're trying to get that kill. The first use of the Golem, they do manage to take down Quakefoot. Now the ultimate onto Boxy. Is he going to fall? Yes, he is. Instantly, but the stolen Black Hole Tiger. They've caught 2 of them. Do they have the Omni Slash on top of it? Okay, the spin, the lift. He does have the Omni Slash, but he's not going to use it. He's focusing on taking down Roger. The Warlock was able to get out. So, I think all in all, a nice fight by the side of Virtus Pro, able to get 3 kills here in this bottom lane. And Tiger, he's just running away from the Golem, but he is going to be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great engagement for Virtus Pro. They get 2 really big kills, and then obviously just the Grimstroke is a nice icing on the cake there, but they don't really lose a lot for it, and that's really big for them. Yeah. One thing I want to talk about, Taiga is level 9. This guy, he was sitting top for a few minutes. I looked at him, he was level 6, and then suddenly he's level 9 like 4 minutes later. So that's pretty dope.
I mean, that's why you should eat your tomes in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this bottom engagement, I don't know if you saw who was the main damage dealer, but Warlock did 2.5k damage. That's just the power of the Fatal Bonds there.
Yeah, that spell's pretty good. So, I mean, you talked about it earlier, right? You want to be able to have forms of Purge for that on Alliance. So we'll see if anyone besides the Juggernaut has any way of dealing with that as the game goes on. Maybe Centaur, I think, would probably be the most likely candidate, and potentially BKB on Queen of Pain. Those are, I would assume, going to be the 2 first things we'll see. Pasha bottom lane, dusted up.
Yeah, they're chasing him into the trees. He's already used his Burrow Strike, and now they found him. I don't think you're getting out of this one, Pasha. They even commit the Omni Slash just... Oh, Tiger, man.
He has a stolen burrow.
I know. He used it to steal the kill away from Mickey. That's just absolutely classic from Rubik players.
Tiger's the core now. You know, he looked Juggernaut in the eyes. He's like, look at me.
Wow, Warlock. A great deny there by Solo. You don't usually expect that against 2 heroes, but Warlock, even with his small base damage, was able to get that deny.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So the flow
for Burrow Strike on Rubik is so scary. You have to respect that if you're a VP right now.
Yeah. So I was going to talk about the flow of this game and how it feels it's going. Obviously, Alliance, they feel pretty far in advance. Okay.
Lane Pasha.
We saw a bit of sin. Pasha, he's channeling his epicenter, but he's already used his Burrow Strike, so he's not able to get on top of them. And the Sonic Wave. And another engagement here in the bottom lane. Mickey just laying into this Enigma. The Fate Bolt, they need a few more hits, but the mechanism is going to be enough to save Roger for that little bit of time. And now Ramses, he's pursuing onto Tiger, the Yule Scepter, and the level C Burrow Strike. I don't think you're getting out of this one, Ramses. He does have a point in his ultimate, so he will respawn after he goes down this once, but it looks like Mickey wants to force it. No one laying into Mickey. Does he have his healing ward? He doesn't need it, thanks to the Stampede, even though it is on cooldown. So 2 kills here in this bottom lane for the side of VP. Actually, Sand did die in the top lane, but all across the map, things going Alliance's way.
And they're now 8,000 gold ahead. I think they got every bounty rune there as well, so they're just further accentuating their lead. Taiga now has a Yule Scepter. This guy he's so farmed. Like, he is just behind the mid lane TA as the 4th position Rubik. Like, this guy is doing so much work this game.
Yeah, when you have what is essentially 4 cores and you're not the Enigma lineup, you know things have gone well for you for the side of Alliance.
Yeah.
Because, honest, this is what we expect to see from Enigma lineups. They're the ones who have 4 cores, and even with that great use of Black Hole and Golem, you know, that we see the big team fight that VP is hoping to get off. This Alliance and these scrappy engagements are able to do a lot more.
Pasha's game is really struggling. Oh, barely misses the Burrow Strike bottom, actually. We'll get out. But I would say Pasha's game is... He seems to be struggling a lot, right? He did not have a good lane stage. He just has brown boots and a blink dagger. Oh, well, Omni Slash there just picks up a free kill on solo.
Yeah, don't worry. We managed to catch that. Just Mickey sees the Warlock in his jungle and is like, you shouldn't be here. And,
yeah, I saw the drums pop, and I was like, all right, that's interesting.
Top lane, and they're going on to the Wraith King. They know his ultimate's on cooldown, and this is going to be another easy kill for Quakefer. This combination,
it's so good.
Yeah, and as well as the Ink Swell on top of Quakefer, you know, he just blinks in to whoever he wants, gets that instant stun.
Yeah, I worry for Virtus Pro. This might be a quick one here, just because Wraith King doesn't seem like he's going to be coming online here anytime soon. Obviously, going that Phase Midas Radiance build, pretty much the standard you see for that hero. But Alliance has so many ways to deal with this TA, and the Rubik pick gives them a lot of counter initiation as far as the Enigma and Warlock go. So I think Alliance's draft is just super well rounded.
VP, they are setting up for a big fight here in this mid lane. The Burrow, the Epicenter, the Fated Ones. It's not really going to affect Meke. It's a nice golem, the stun onto 3 of them, but they just stampede to try and counter initiate on the back lines. No one. They do lose the Sand King. They try to take down Boxy. Meke, he's getting very low. They have the Guardian Greaves. They managed to take down Boxy, but now TA might be in real trouble here. Okay, do they have catch for him? They do with the Black Hole if Roger wants to use it. He has the spin, so he's not taking any damage. Are they going to be able to kill him? They steal the Black Hole, as you say, over here on Tiger, but cancelled instantaneously. Do they have enough damage over here? Mickey, the Malefice, he is affected by the Fatal Bonds. Is he going to tick down? They do manage to get the big kill over onto Mickey.
Oh no, that is just a major miscommunication there. You could tell, like, he gets the Black Hole and is like, all right, let's go. They're all right here. And then someone on Alliance had to say no. So he immediately cancels a stolen Black Hole. That is really unfortunate for Alliance there.
Yeah, that's
really fortunate for VP. They find both Centaur and the Juggernaut. So 2 really big kills for them.
Yeah, a nice net worth swing there. We saw can see what happened in the net worth chart. And yeah, it's exactly as you say, nothing cancelled that Black Hole on Tiger. He might be in trouble once again. Tiger, he does have his Yule Scepter if he wants to use it. No TP for a few seconds, but now Roger's here. I think this is going to be a dead Rubik.
Oh yeah.
Now for your co-conspirators.
Alliance just pushing mid lane though.
Yeah, one thing to note is Alliance, they know the big cooldowns are not online for the side of VP, so they might just look to get more aggressive or take some sort of map control away.
Zania gets caught here in the jungle. He's probably gonna go down.
Yes, slowed up by a trap, and no one, you know, he has managed to farm himself into this game. He has the 2 key items on a Templar Assassin with the Desolator and the Blink Dagger. So, you know, now if these supports are out of position, they can be bursted very, very quickly.
He just queues up a BKB pretty much immediately, which I love it. He really just needs to be a tempo maker for VP here, being able to turn these fights. And as long as he's not being controlled, he can definitely find kills on almost any hero on the side of Alliance.
Yeah, it looks like they want to fight around this bounty room, even preemptively popping the healing ward in case a fight erupts here for Mickey.
Dire are scanning.
All right, Bounty Run's gonna go 2-2. Both teams just kind of taking opposite sides of the map. They see no one here, and he's just gonna blink out. I don't think he's too scared.
There's no detection over on Mickey. There is on Insania. He does have sentries, so if they are able to find the Templar Assassin, they do have the possibility of taking it down. But all the meanwhile, Pasha has his Blink Dagger completed and is, continuing some split push of his own.
All right, Ramses is getting close to this relic, so Alliance knows that, and they're rotating over right now.
Yes.
And he just walks away.
It looks like that was just a bit of harass. There's no real any follow-up here. Boxy, he went for this early Vanguard Hood to make himself very, very tanky, but it means they are lacking a tiny bit of initiation for Alliance.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower.
All right, no one definitely, no one. Virtus Pro definitely slowing down the pace of this game. They have a fantastic late game, right? All of these heroes on Virtus Pro scale exceptionally well. So I don't think they mind, obviously, going late. Their win condition at this point is to just prevent Alliance from making it to their high ground. And right here in Epi.
Yeah, the channel, it's Golem. It's onto 3 of them on the backlines. Quake, but he blinks away to safety. Yule Scepter on top of the Rubik, but Tiger, he probably will fall. They have the Fate Bolt onto 2 of them. Boxy stampedes, but is he going to be able to get away? He's sitting very low, is affected by the Shadow Word, trying to TP in the trees. Do they have vision? No one is able to pick up that kill onto Boxy. But that was Golem expended for 1. But Boxy, he's a vital part of the Alliance teamfight, and I think this might just cost them their tier 1 mid tower.
Yeah, I mean, they did commit a lot of ultimates, but you still have Black Hole available, and they can just run it in the mid lane. I don't think you get close here. You've got to be careful. If they had found that kill onto the Koikva, Queen of Pain, on that high ground, this would be a very different game. They would definitely have no issues going right down that mid lane for that tower.
Yeah, they were very close to being able to follow up. Roger, he now has a Blink Dagger. I don't know if he had it in that previous little engagement, because otherwise we might have seen the Black Hole follow-up to that, what was a great Golem.
Mege finds a DD rune, just goes right into the Roche pit, and there is no detection on the side of Virtus Pro to see this happening, so this could be kind of just done right under their nose.
Yeah, Ramses, he doesn't really want to fight yet. He's still working on that Radiance.
That's a blink on Roger now. So this is a pretty big deal. Like, they do have great potential to fight around Roche pit, but like I said, they just don't know what's happening.
Yeah, and you can't just respect the Black Hole the entire time. Eventually you do have to make moves on the map, and knowing that Golem is on cooldown, maybe it's enough for them. And Pasha, I think he's also going to be punished. Yeah, they have the Orchid Quake for not going to commit the Sonic Wave. He does have a Yule Scepter, but I don't think he's getting away from this one. They know where he is. The Sonic Wave does clip him.
Almost missed.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was going to hit him, but they do find him in the end.
He had Blink available after the Yules. I had figured he was just going to blink out to try and secure an easy TP, but ends up just trying to TP right away.
Yeah, he was very close to getting away. But the Sonic Wave just clipping him on the edge. It was it didn't look like the cone hit him, but I think the Sonic Wave is a little bit bigger than the animation shows.
Yeah. So BKB finished on Koikva. We saw last fight how much damage you can take just from a couple spells, so he definitely needs that available. Mege taking a free mid-tier 2 tower. TA bottom lane, is she dead? Great Fire Blast Orchid?
Orchid up. They are TPing in with Mege, but I don't even know if they needed him. And no one, a rare overextension by him without the BKB, and yeah, just...
I don't know why he's there.
Middle tower is under attack.
I really don't. I don't know why he's there. The Sand King just died there to the Rubik. They know he had Wraith Fire Blast available, and Queen of Pain's Orchid makes TA's ability to play that lane pretty much impossible, right, without a BKB. So that was a little, like you said, an uncharacteristic death by no one for sure.
Yeah, and talking of BKBs, Quakefa has one of his own, so he's a little bit less susceptible to going down to his Fatal Bonds now.
Ramses has the Radiance online, going for that Blink Dagger. This is where Wraith King starts to come online, right? Like, you farm so fast with your skeletons. He goes for the skeleton attack damage, which is pretty much the standard. A lot of people were like, well, why would you get that talent if they can clear your skeletons really easy? It's like, well, you pick it to farm. That's about it. That 15 strength or whatever is not that big a deal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I understand that, and especially when, the way you're winning fights, it's not by surviving for longer. It's by the rest of your team offering that control of the black hole or the golem. And talking of Wraith King with his Radiance Tiger, he's managed to catch him out, but I don't think there's any follow-up just because Boxy was hampered by Roger over here in the jungle.
Mm-hmm. I really like Taiga's making this rotation. He comes all the way back top. I think probably just to steal Wraith Fire Blast, because all he had was the refraction from TA, which doesn't help him too much.
Can you steal the Mortal Strike summon skeletons now that it's inactive and without any charges?
Probably. I haven't seen it, but I imagine you could. Oh, they're
looking,
but great blink out there from Roger.
Yeah, and no one now with a completed BKB. He should just be that tiny bit more survivable.
Are scanning.
But, you know, the side of EP, they've really managed to slow this game down. Alliance, they were off to such an early lead. It was, you know, I'm looking at it now, and it was 10k around the 15-minute mark, but they brought it right back for the side of EP, and this is exactly what they wanted to do because, you know, they have the late-game teamfights in the bag with their massive ultimates.
Ooh, they found Roger. He gets Blink War Stomped. He's going to go down.
I guess.
Great kill there for Alliance. This... Like, having Enigma down, we saw this yesterday. Ooh, and there's an Omni Slash in the mid lane. They find the Warlock, too. So
yeah, they have the lift on the Queen of... Over here, on the TA, they are able to take her down.
What just happened?
They had the chain stuns, all from Tiger.
Look at Ramses.
Okay, Ramses is on the high ground, and they found Pasha in the trees. They know exactly where he is. He's not going to be able to get around the Orchid, and once again, they've taken down the first life of the Wraith King. They're forcing the buyback over on Roger, and Ramses has been zoned back. They still have the Aegis for a little while here on Mickey. Roger, he does have Blink Black Hole.
Every hero on Virtus Pro just died around the map. Like, all 5 of them died at different parts of the map, like, simultaneously. I don't think you don't see that, like, hardly ever. So that's just incredible communication by Alliance.
Yeah, and I think without the Warlock, Roger doesn't want to go for this Black Hole just yet, and they have this Aegis of the Immortal, and that's just going to be a lane of racks. Alliance, I was talking about how Virtus Pro had slowed down the game, but it's exactly as you say, just getting these pickoffs. Yeah, around the map, kill after kill after kill.
I mean, that was 6,000 gold, basically going Alliance's way in just that engagement. If you pay attention to Taiga here, he is sitting so far back. And that's purposeful, right? Like, if you go in on Roger, you go for that Blink Black Hole, it's going to get immediately lift canceled, so you can't really do anything about it.
Oh, Ramses, he does have his ultimate. It's come off cooldown again. But the Radiance, it's just proccing this spell shield. Mickey, he actually has lost his Aegis, so do they want to look for the fight now?
TA top lane?
Do they have the stun control? I don't know if they're going to be able to pop her. The big black hole, as well as the golem on top of all of them. They've managed to take down Boxy as one on the backlines over here. It looks like they are retreating. No one looking for a little bit more, but they're not going to be able to find it. The slow of the trap, it doesn't really matter. Mickey will be able to walk away to safety. The TP from the Grimstroke. Pasha does have his Blink Dagger coming off cooldown pretty soon, but Mickey does have a spin if he needs to use it. So only one exit kill for the side of VP there, and they use both their big ultimates.
So look at Taiga and check out the spell he stole.
Oh, that's a fairly
right?
good spell.
Yeah. So he gets the black hole pretty much right after the cast, but had literally no mana. I think he was sitting like 100 mana, so he doesn't reinitiate with it. It's fine because the golem was still available, but now you have it for this upcoming fight, and that's huge for Alliance.
Yeah, and you know they're gonna have everything for the side of Alliance, where both your big cooldowns. So. You know, Alliance, they just proved their superiority across the map, and I wouldn't be surprised if they look to do it once again and maybe transition that into another set of racks.
No one TPing out. Yeah, you're playing with fire here, bud. You're gonna go all the way to the top lane. So they got mid lane racks. They take tier 3 top. I think Alliance gonna shove all these lanes out most likely, look to take shrines and position themselves. I wouldn't say for next Roshan quite yet, just because it is going to be a while before it is up, but they want to definitely be playing Alliance's top half of the map for sure. Actually, Mickey's in a really bad position here.
Yeah, they have the stun, the follow-up from Ramses. Do they have quite enough? He has an Omni Slash, but it's not going to save him, the Manta style. And they do get a very big pick off of the Juggernaut. But meanwhile, they're trying to kill the TA, the stolen black hole, but Solo's on the back lines. He can't stop this because there's no golem, and they do commit the Sonic Wave. And now Solo, I think he might have died for his Queen of Pain sins. Now Ramses, nice blink away, but Pasha able to find Taiga over on the back line, but Boxy, the stun, Taiga, you can live through this, is sitting in the Sandstorm. Pasha is on top of him, as well as the Fatal Bonds. Tiger, he stole the Shadow Word, so he's healing up himself. And I don't think they have vision for him. It turns into daytime. Do they know where he blinks? Pasha, he does have the Pyro Strike.
Right on him. Oh my gosh, so close.
That was a
what
very
save there
close
from
engagement.
Boxy.
Yeah, Box
Helping out his buddy.
Tiger so low that entire time, but yeah, Boxy, amazing play there. And they do take down the TA, so Mickey might have overextended, but VP, even though they do get the kill, it's, you know, it's kind of just an empty kill in the fact that you're not able to transition it into an objective.
Yeah, you have no TA and no Warlock now. And the rest of Alliance have no problem pushing out these lanes. Koikva obviously feeling very safe, has a sheep stick now picked up, so making these blink initiations onto heroes like TA just that much easier, preventing her BKB for that much longer.
Yeah, Boxy has picked up a gem now. Do you like this just so Alliance can secure more map control, I guess?
It's also fantastic against Sand King. You just don't want to have to commit so much, like another item slot to like Dust or like Sentries constantly for these team fights, especially against TA and Sand King. So Boxy just picks up a gem. He's super tanky right now, Vanguard with the Pipe of Insight, and he doesn't really feel too threatened. So I really do like the pickup from him.
Yeah, Roger, he's pretty close to his BKB, and that's going to be a fairly big item. It means Tiger will have to commit the black hole to cancel a black hole, in a way. Can't just get away with that lift.
Has fallen.
All right, and they get the Shrine top, just as we thought. Koikva just chips it down over time, and now Virtus Pro losing that much more of their map to Alliance. Roshan gonna actually have a pretty long respawn timer, a minute 35 still from now.
Yeah, it's, Ramses, he does have his AC, as well as the Blink Dagger.
Big.
What item do you think's next in the pipeline for him? Do you think he's going to be the... Well, actually, no one has queued up the NKB to deal with the Juggernaut's evasion. What do you think Ramses needs? Does he need a Blink Dagger? Does he need a BKB of his own, maybe, just so he's able to get into those fights?
So he has the Blink Dagger, right? I think a lot of times Wraith Kings go BKB, but I don't know if he necessarily needs to. I would go BKB. If I was Ramses, that's 100% the item I would buy, just because I would like to play a little safer. But Ramses, being much more skilled than I am, might do something a little bit flashier.
Yeah, and you know, there's the point that you say safer, but is that just the winning item, or is it the not dying item in a way?
Kind of both. So if Ramses is allowed to get on top of a hero, like Wraithfire Blast them and just get like 3 or 4 autos off, and with an AC he has the attack speed to do that, he could probably kill almost any hero on Alliance that's not, you know, Juggernaut or Centaur. But it's unlikely he will be able to do that without a BKB, and he queues up the MKB. So he is going to be going for a little bit more damage, which I'm fine with. He has Reincarnation, so if he gets gone on, he just kind of comes back into the fight with a second life, blinks on, either blinks out or goes on another target. So it's good.
Yeah. So the game, it has slowed down a tiny bit. Alliance, they just seem to be securing, you know, like this area of the map. They already took away the Dire Shrine, and as soon as the next talking of Roshan, it seems he's up. And VP, they know about this thanks to the trap of the TA, and they're all smoked actually. Are they going to try and steal this Roshan from under Alliance's nose?
I mean, this smoke, they have no idea what's happening, so they could, definitely. Wraith King doesn't have Mortal Strike up, though, so no skeletons to help the Roshan, but luckily they have the minus armor from TA, so it will drop fairly quickly. I think Alliance...
This is very fast. They don't know this is happening. They don't even have a scan for the Radiant side.
Alright, Boxy just walking in.
Okay, so they know this is happening. They see how low Roche is. The stun, the Sonic Wave, it takes Roche. Who's going to get the Aegis? Boxy! He steals the Aegis! And now the Omni Sash is on top of all of them. Boxy affected by the Inkspell. They're going to take the first life of the Wraith King and Boxy's first life as well. Okay, he's spinning up here. He's used the Omni Sash already on the back lines. The Enigma's down, but there's a nice Golem. Boxy's living through it. Mickey, he has the Healing Ward. And the Stolen Golem, the lift over here. The Wraith King, he's going to lose his second life. So they've taken down the Wraith King. No one, he's in the trees. Do they know where he is? Yes. Yule Scepter affected, and you're not getting away from this one. Oh, I take that back. Nice blink, but they see him. The stun, and they're going to clear them up. They stole the Roche kill, they stole the Aegis, they stole everything, and they just called GG for the side of VP. Alliance able to take game number 1.
A lot, like, Koikva, like his Sonic Scream or Sonic Wave pushes the entire lineup of Virtuous Pro away from the Roshan. It also gets the killing blow, so the only person within